Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Coach Craig's Sports. Today is Saturday, September 10th, and this is the MLB DFS video for today. So in today's video, we'll be taking a quick look back at yesterday's picks, seeing how they turned out, talking about my core plays for today. It is a 9-game main slate overall, and then going over to my article over at WeBetATS.com and talking about my top GPP stacks for today as well. But without further ado, we'll get started with a recap of yesterday's picks. At the pitcher position, we had Frankie Montas at $8,900. Got to 17 points yesterday, so he was a miss. The three other times that he has faced Tampa Bay this year, he had 40 points or more in all three of those starts, so it looked like a pretty good play on paper, just did not end up working out yesterday. Then at first base, we had Rhys Hoskins at $2,900. He got to 18.7 points, so he was a hit. Then at third base, we had his teammate Alec Baum at $2,900. Got to 9.2 points, so I did give him a hit as well. Then at shortstop, we had Bo Bichette, who's been on a tear as of late. $3,900, got to 34.7 points, so he is a hit, and the second overall shortstop on yesterday's slate. And then last but not least, we had Ronald Acuna Jr. at $3,900, got to 12.2 points, so he was a hit as well. So the hitters yesterday, very good. If we had a little bit better pitcher play, had a pretty decent chance of cashing yesterday. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to my core picks for today. So we're going to start off at the pitcher position, paying down a little bit today with Jack Flaherty at $8,200. It's his second start back from the IL. It's going against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Obviously not a very potent offense, and one that he has traditionally pitched pretty well versus. He threw, like 91 pitches in his first start back off the IL, so I don't really have any concerns in terms of pitch limit or anything like that at this point in time. So I definitely do like the upside that Jack Flaherty could provide at a reduced price tag overall. Then at first base, we have his teammate in Paul Goldschmidt at $4,300, averaging over 14 fantasy points per game. Goes against the Pittsburgh Pirates. It's JT Brubaker pitching for them today. He's 5 for 15 with 2 home runs versus Brubaker in his career. So definitely some pretty good upside there. And as we've seen for the last month or so, Paul Goldschmidt has been on a tear. So you're probably going to want him more days than not. Then we move down to second base with Javier Baez. You could also play him at shortstop. He's $2,500, averaging about 8 fantasy points per game on the season. It's been a really disappointing season for him. Obviously, the power's kind of been zapped going to Detroit. He goes against the Royals today. Not a very good hitter park as well. So probably not going to get that home run today, but he still has the potential to do it on any given slate. He's going against Jonathan Hazley, who's pitching for the Royals today. He's 2 for 3 versus him in his career. So just looking for a nice little paydown option here. He does have a hit in 8 of his past 9 games, so there is a little bit of safety there, but also looking for a little bit of upside as well at that cheaper price tag. Then at third base, we have Josh Rojas at $3,400, averaging over 10 fantasy points per game on the season. Goes against the Colorado Rockies tonight. It's a Jose Urena. This game's also at Coors Field. So going to be one that looks pretty good for Josh Rojas on today's slate overall. He's 2 for 5 with 1 home run versus Jose Urena, so definitely does offer some upside in that regard as well. And then last but not least, we have Tyler O'Neill at $3,100, averaging over 10 fantasy points per game on the season. Kind of been hit or miss throughout the year. He's had some really good streaks. He's had some poor streaks. Looks like he's on a 3-game hitting streak as of right now. Goes against the Pittsburgh Pirates. He is 4 for 10 with 2 home runs versus JT Brubaker, so hopefully we're catching some of that upside today overall. But with that being said, if you go with these 5 players that I do have listed here, you have $13,500 remaining, just under $3,400 per player, so definitely some opportunities to pay up if that's something you want to do. Or if you want to take a little bit more balanced approach, that's definitely fine as well. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to my article over at WeBetATS.com and talk about my top GPP stacks for today. So in terms of the stacks that I do have for today, obviously the Cardinals are going to be one going against JT Brubaker. They have hit him pretty well throughout his career. Obviously, 2 of those guys ended up in my core picks, so do not hesitate to go to the Cardinals once again today. Then we have the Toronto Blue Jays going against Koji Alhara for the Texas Rangers. Obviously not a very good starting pitcher at this point in time. And the Blue Jays have no real history versus him, but some of their hitters have been hitting pretty well. Bo Bichette obviously is the biggest one there as of late, but definitely have some upside with this lineup once again today. And then we have both teams for the Coors Field game. We had the Colorado Rockies going against Madison Bumgarner. Some pretty good history there in the past. And then the Arizona Diamondbacks going against Jose Urena. Obviously, both these teams are inflated by the Coors Field effect, but both of them have pretty good history versus their opposing pitchers as well. But with that being said, these are my core picks as well as top GPP stacks for today, September 10th. As always, if you have any questions related to MLB DFS, be sure to leave them down in the comments below, and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Also, be sure to let me know your favorite play on today's slate, whether it's someone from my core 5 picks, whether it's someone from my top GPP stacks, or whether it's a completely different player you guys think I missed. Definitely interested in hearing what you have to say. But with that being said, if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Definitely would appreciate it. Helps to build the community that we're trying to build here at Coach Craig Sports, which is one that's truly for you, the viewers, helping you with your DFS. It's primarily been MLB DFS, but I will be doing some NFL DFS content as well. I'll have my core pick video out later this afternoon, so definitely be sure to check that out if that's something you're into as well. And then once we get back around to the NBA regular season, I'll be covering that as well. And then with that being said, if you're a newer current subscriber who's yet to do so, also be sure to hit that notification bell down below. It's going to let you know every single time I post up a new video. Like I've been saying, I post up daily MLB DFS videos just like this. Going to have that NFL DFS core pick video out later today as well, so definitely be sure to check that out if that's something you're into once again. But with that being said, that's all I have for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed. And then last but not least, special shout out to each and every one of you watching today's video. I truly do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Definitely means a lot to me, and I hope each and every one of you has a great rest of your day.